The Fujifilm X-T6 changed the game when it landed with its massive 40-megapixel sensor. It gave photographers incredible detail in a body that felt classic and light. But time moves fast in the camera world. Now the tech community is buzzing with details about its successor, the Fujifilm X-T6. People are asking if this new model will simply polish existing features or completely change what an APS-C camera can do. Before we dive deep into the leaks, we need to make one thing clear. Fujifilm has not officially released this camera yet. Everything we are looking at comes from supply chain reports and industry leaks. But when you look closely at these reports, a clear picture begins to form. Fujifilm seems ready to take a massive leap forward. If you are holding off on buying a new camera, you need to understand what might be coming next. The story of the X-T6 does not start with higher resolution. In fact, adding more megapixels might not be the main goal this time. Reports suggest Fujifilm will stick close to a 40-megapixel resolution. Instead, the real revolution is happening inside the sensor design itself. Rumors strongly point toward a partially stacked X-trans sensor. This change in architecture changes everything about how the camera captures light and data. A partially stacked sensor means the camera can read information off the sensor much faster than before. When a sensor reads data slowly, you get problems like rolling shutter distortion. Moving objects bend out of shape, and fast action looks unnatural. By increasing the readout speed, the X-T6 can eliminate these issues. You get cleaner images when panning quickly across a scene or shooting fast-moving action. Speed opens up new possibilities for continuous shooting. Leaks suggest the X-T6 might reach electronic shutter speeds of up to 60 frames per second. That is a staggering number for a camera in this class. It allows photographers to capture tiny split-second moments that used to be impossible to catch. Whether you are shooting birds in flight or fast sports, that extra speed gives you a huge advantage in the field. However, a fast sensor needs a powerful brain to process all that data. That is where the rumors of a new X-Processor 6 come in. The processor handles every single calculation inside the camera. It controls image rendering, noise reduction, color accuracy, and power management. Moving to a next-generation processor means the X-T6 can handle complex tasks without slowing down or overheating during normal operation. The biggest benefit of this new processor will likely show up in the autofocus system. Let us be honest about the current lineup. The X-T6 has good subject detection, but competitors have been pushing the limits of tracking technology. Photographers have asked for an autofocus system that feels more sticky and reliable. The X-T6 appears to address this exact point with updated artificial intelligence algorithms. This updated AI system does not just look for shapes. It predicts movement. It learns how different subjects move through a frame and adjusts focus points instantly. It can track humans, animals, birds, vehicles, and fast objects with far greater accuracy. For street photographers working in chaotic environments, this means fewer missed shots and more confidence when working quickly. Tracking unpredictable movement requires smart software decisions. When a subject briefly passes behind a tree or another person, older systems often lose focus and lock onto the background. The new predictive tracking in the X-T6 aims to hold focus on the original subject until it reappears. This single improvement could make the camera far more dependable for working professionals and serious hobbyists alike. All of these hardware updates work together to create a seamless shooting experience. A faster sensor combined with a smarter processor changes how the camera feels in your hands. Every menu movement, button press, and shutter click becomes more responsive. You spend less time waiting on the camera and more time focusing on your composition and lighting. This focus on internal performance shows a shift in strategy. Instead of chasing bigger numbers on the spec sheet, Fujifilm appears to be refining the actual shooting experience. They are targeting the friction points that photographers complain about most. By fixing autofocus consistency and boosting sensor speed, they are building a tool designed for performance over simple marketing claims. As we look at these potential upgrades, it becomes clear that the X-T6 is shaping up to be a serious tool. It builds on the strong foundation of the X-T6 while fixing its key weaknesses. But sensor speed and autofocus are only half of the story. The way this camera handles video, body design, and physical controls will ultimately decide if it is worth your investment. While image processing and autofocus are vital, the video capabilities of the X-T6 are generating massive attention. The X-T5 was marketed primarily as a photography-first camera. However, modern creators demand hybrid tools that excel at both stills and video. The leaks around the X-T6 suggest Fujifilm is taking video performance much more seriously this time around. According to recent reports, the X-T6 might offer internal 8K video recording at 30 frames per second. It may also support high frame rate 4K recording up to 120 frames per second. These specifications put the camera into high-end video territory. Creators would gain the ability to shoot ultra-sharp footage or capture smooth slow-motion video without carrying massive cinema rigs. Shooting at these high resolutions requires top-tier color depth. Rumors indicate the inclusion of 10-bit 422 internal recording alongside F-Log2 support. F-Log2 provides wider dynamic range, allowing videographers to preserve details in bright highlights and deep shadows. This gives editors far more flexibility when grading color in post-production, making the camera suitable for professional client work. However, high-end video features come with physical challenges. Recording 8K video generates massive amounts of heat inside a small camera body. Small cameras do not have room for large cooling fans or thick heat sinks. The true test for the X-T6 will be how long it can record without shutting down due to overheating. Fujifilm must find a balance between compact size and thermal management. Data management is another critical factor. Recording high-resolution video produces massive files that demand extremely fast memory cards. Users will need high-speed storage solutions to keep up with the data rates. This means buyers need to factor in the cost of faster media cards alongside the price of the camera body itself when planning an upgrade. In-body image stabilization is also expected to receive an upgrade. The X-T5 already offers excellent stabilization, but minor tweaks in the X-T6 could offer even smoother footage when shooting handheld. Better stabilization allows photographers to shoot at slower shutter speeds in low light without needing a tripod. For videographers, it means smoother walking shots without heavy gimbal setups. Beyond internal specs, the physical design of the camera remains a central point of discussion. Photographers love the X-T series because of its tactile mechanical dials. Turning physical knobs for shutter speed, ISO, and exposure compensation provides an intuitive connection to the craft. Fujifilm is expected to keep these classic controls intact, preserving the retro aesthetic that fans adore. The screen design, however, remains a point of debate among users. Photographers generally prefer a three-way tilting screen because it stays aligned with the lens axis when shooting landscape or portrait photos. Videographers and vloggers prefer a fully articulating flip-out screen so they can monitor themselves while speaking to the camera. Which direction Fujifilm chooses for the X-T6 could divide the user base. Smaller functional tweaks are also on the horizon. Leaks mention potential improvements to battery life, refined menu layouts, and faster wireless connectivity for transferring files to smartphones. Additionally, new film simulations are highly anticipated. Fujifilm's film simulations allow users to create rich, cinematic JPEG images straight out of the camera without spending hours editing raw files. When can we expect this camera to officially launch? Industry rumors point toward a potential announcement during a Fujikina event around September 2026. While dates can shift based on manufacturing schedules, late 2026 fits the standard release cycle for the X-T series. Official pricing remains unconfirmed, but extra technology like stacked sensors and 8K video usually comes with a higher price tag. So what does this mean for you right now? If you already own an X-T5, there is no need to panic. The X-T5 remains an exceptional camera that delivers stunning 40-megapixel images. It will continue to be a reliable workhorse for years to come. You do not need to replace a tool that currently meets all your creative needs. However, if you are looking to buy a new camera or upgrade from an older generation like the X-T3, waiting might be the smartest move. The potential combination of faster sensor readout, advanced AI autofocus, and professional video features could make the X-T6 a true flagship. Holding off until official specs are revealed ensures you make the most informed decision for your money. Ultimately, the Fujifilm X-T6 represents an exciting step forward for crop sensor cameras. It shows that APS-C systems can offer elite speed, advanced tracking, and professional video features without losing their compact charm. As official news breaks, we will see which of these promising features make it into the final body.